Welcome back, everybody, to episode 16 of the Gridiron Across the U.S. podcast. Today, we will be doing our Super Bowl 59 recap and going over the game and what we thought about it, reviewing our picks and whatnot. So, yeah.
Yep, we'll start it off with picks as always. Kevin got this one wrong for the first time in a while. What's your record now? 10-3?
So, we end the playoffs, I think, 10-3, maybe. I don't know. That sounds right. The only games I got wrong were the Super Bowl, the Lions-Commanders game, and the Texans-Chargers game. I took the Chiefs because, I just picked who I didn't want to win the entire playoffs, and it worked out pretty well. So, there we go. But they got destroyed. I mean, it was pretty bizarre. I didn't expect it to be that much of a blowout. I think my prediction was like 27-24, keeping it close. I think your prediction was pretty close as well. Why don't you get it?
Yeah, I picked the Eagles in this one because I thought they had the more talented roster. But like you said, I thought the Chiefs would actually put up a fight in this game. My prediction was 31-28, and we all know what the final score ended up being. So I think just crazy how it was so much of a blowout, and we'll get into that in a second. But to end the year on a good note, getting the Super Bowl right, always nice to do. Not sure what my overall record was for the playoffs. I didn't really check that one, but just got one right there. And want to move on. What were your thoughts on the Super Bowl? Entertaining game?
No, not going to sugarcoat it. That was pretty awful. I was at Matt's house, the Matt we featured a couple episodes back for the playoff predictions. We'll bring him back on in the off season to give a little recap of their brackets there. But I don't think anyone was really watching the game by halfway through the second quarter. It was pretty bad. I think after my favorite part was the Cooper DeJean pick six.
Oh yeah,
that's our Jackie Robinson moment right there.
That's our Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier 80-something years ago. Cooper DeJean did it 3 days ago, baby. That's my GOAT. Don't you need some white cornerbacks? Where they at?
Where they at?
That was pretty awesome. Happy for the Eagles, and I was going crazy when the Ocean, New Jersey kid, Kenny Pickett, got in the game. Oh, it was electric scenes.
Kenny Pickett, the kid. Patrick Mahomes is 0-1 versus Kenny Pickett in his Super Bowl career. Kenny Pickett has more rings than Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen combined. What would you do 2 years ago if I told you that Kenny Pickett would take the final kneel down for a Philadelphia team in the Super Bowl? The Steelers are going to win it all. Nope. Kenny, the future of the Saints for the Eagles now.
You said Philadelphia team. I was a little confused. I think you meant Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania team.
Yeah,
if you told him Pennsylvania team.
Yeah, I would have gone crazy. I would have been like, oh my days, like the vision has been seen, the pit hat. Just the wrong Pennsylvania team, but it's all right. We'll not be back.
Yeah, for sure. I think I want to highlight some of my favorite plays. I got kind of bored of it through the second quarter, like you said, because it was just so much of a blowout. So my three favorite plays: number one, Cooper DeJean pick six. I was going crazy that whole time. I was screaming, "He's white! He's white!" I was actually screaming that. Second, that huge Devonta Smith bomb touchdown. That was a beautiful throw. And then third was when C.J. Gardner-Johnson trash talked Travis Kelce with his hands behind his back like a good boy. That was funny. We all saw what he posted on Instagram after the game. What were some of your favorite moments?
Number one, Cooper DeJean pick six. Number two, Kenny Pickett kneel down number two. And number three, Kenny Pickett kneel down number three. I think that's a pretty good list right there.
Kenny Pickett, the kid.
Actually, no.
So,
number one favorite play, Cooper DeJean pick six. Number two, Kenny Pickett incomplete pass. Number three, one of the Kenny Pickett kneels. Absolute cinema.
Kenny Pickett threw a pass in the Super Bowl. What a guy. What a guy. So, enough of that. We're going to get into a couple of the keys to the game that won it for the Eagles. I think it starts like I predicted last episode that the pass rush and the defense would make a huge difference. And did they ever? They had like 7 or 8 sacks in that game. Not sure the official number. I think 2 forced fumbles and 2 interceptions. They just got through that offense all night long. Chiefs' offensive line looked horrendous. Travis Kelce looked as washed as ever. Did you see that clip of him trying to make a block against Josh Sweat? Oh, well, he he got started on the line about a second after everyone else, and by the time he went, Josh Sweat was already at Jalen Hurts. So I think it just comes down to that blocking scheme. The Eagles didn't blitz a single time during the game. It was all their front four doing the damage there. So I think that's where it went right for the Eagles, and their offense was able to capitalize on turnovers, and the offense played a great game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was one in the trenches, like you said. Going back to the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson tweet that everyone called him crazy for 2 years ago, the Eagles win this game on playable surface, and that's what they did. I mean, like you said, didn't even blitz once, and they were disrupting Mahomes the entire game. He never got comfortable, and he just when it rains for Mahomes in the Super Bowl, it pours. His two losses coming against Philly and Tampa, both ugly, ugly games there, and
Hey, it's when Tom Brady's
yeah,
there.
the Chiefs. I think what happened to the Chiefs is the whole time they thought they were coming back until they weren't. Like 17-0, all right, you're coming back. 24-0, it's going to be a record, or well, it's going to be close to a record because 28-3. But we still got this. And then once it got to 31, I think there was a video of Charles Omenihu on the bench crying, Chris Jones throwing his helmet. I think that's
Chris Jones falls to
yeah,
his
I think
knees.
that's when they realized, maybe we're not coming back. And I think that was a problem because they didn't play with enough urgency until it was too late. And I think that's what ended up costing them in the end.
Yeah, I think another thing is, what was I gonna? I completely blanked on it. You got anything else to say while I try and remember this?
Um,
Oh, I figured it out. It took me 1 second. I think a huge momentum shift in this game. It was already 24-0 at this point, but when DeAndre Hopkins was wide open, no
yeah,
one within like 20 yards, he catches that. He has a clear runway to the end zone. They score. They get the ball back after half. It could be 14-24 at that point, but that drop that led to a punt, I think that was not the turning point, but it was a massive turning point because if he caught that and scored, it's a whole different
yeah,
game.
100%.
And then he went to go blame the refs after the game.
That was crazy for a veteran like him to make that much of a mistake right there. The only thing they
And then proceed to blame the refs.
Yeah, the only thing they brought him in to do was catch the ball, and he can't even do that on the biggest stage.
Yeah, he was wide open. He would have easily scored there, but that was probably the main turning point. And another thing I want to highlight is the Chiefs came into this game thinking they were going to win. I think like 100% confident they were going to win because Travis Kelce after the game he wore that sparkly fancy little suit, and there was a video of him walking out of the locker room in that same suit but looking so sad. He was wearing his glittery Taylor Swift outfit. That
The
was
one
so
he was
funny.
gonna propose and
Well, too bad. And then they cut to him on the sideline so many times. He was sweating his ass off. Oh no, I can't propose to Taylor. And then I saw a TikTok post like, could this be the end of their relationship? Nobody cares. It was from like Daily Mail too. It
oh, that's the worst.
was like an official
back.
account. Oh my god. Well, we're gonna get into the halftime show here. Kevin, you told me your thoughts on it. What
All
do
right,
you think?
people are saying it's the worst halftime show ever. I
No.
didn't think it was that bad. I give it a solid 3-4 out of 10. I don't think it was anything special, but it wasn't terrible like people are saying. I mean, Kendrick's obviously a very popular musician, not my kind of music, so But it was definitely interesting. I didn't like how they tried to politicize it with some of the things they said. It's the halftime show.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go too far down that road, but if you get what I'm putting down, it's not CNN. It's the Super Bowl halftime show. Let's sing some songs. But I mean, I don't know. I think the on-field presentation stuff was pretty cool, like the PlayStation thing at the end, and it said "Game Over." And the when they were singing and everyone said A minor, like Drake had to be going through it. That's crazy. Like no glaze. That sounded so bad. But that must have been crazy for him. What do you think?
Um, I've listened to Kendrick here, so I'm not going to go a 3-4 scale. Like you said, nowhere, nothing too special, but I enjoyed it. I think the main thing is it's hard to find an artist for the Super Bowl halftime that appeals to both audiences. Because on one hand, you have like teenagers our age, young adults up to like 35 who know Kendrick. They know the songs, and then everyone's parents and grandparents like, what is he even saying? And then people are petitioning for a country halftime show. I might get into that a little bit later, but I liked it. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. The songs were good. He played all his hit songs. The SZA feature was cool. It was cool. He brought out his DJ at the end there, and I just liked how he was trolling Not Like Us pretty much the entire time. And then he had that big devious smile on his face when he called out Drake. And then, like you said, the whole stadium singing A minor. I thought that was pretty cool. And now going to get on the thing, a country halftime show. I feel like that would be really boring.
I think that's too far swinging the other way. I think like I don't know. I feel like pop music's like a good in between. I will say like the past you look at the past 5 years, Kendrick Lamar, Usher, Rihanna, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, that
that
Eminem
one was
one.
good. I like that one.
I feel like they should do a better job at catering to everyone and not just the people who they've been catering to. A little controversial maybe, but I think it should at least alternate.
Mhm.
I don't know. Just my thoughts. I think
Yeah,
when a ton of people are out there not even knowing these songs that are being played, that's a problem, and it just makes it unenjoyable for so many people. I think a alternation would be a fair compromise.
yeah, or somewhere in the middle. I think the Eagles should do a halftime show. That would be pretty cool. I don't know how old they are these days. A little bit of
a
hunk.
little bit but like see, do them one year and then do Kendrick the other year and then I don't know, do like I'm done here.
A little. Yeah, I mean, the halftime show. It's been solid the past few years. I think the most recently memorable one for me was that Dr. Dre one because they brought out everybody, and that one catered to both audience because that was '90s music right
Yeah.
there, and early 2000s, and everyone knows who they are. But like we've been saying, I don't think a Morgan Wallen halftime show would be the greatest thing in the
Yeah.
world. He'd probably end up throwing a chair at someone in the audience.
See, my favorite halftime show is from the Malcolm Butler Super Bowl, Katy Perry. Oh yeah. You
Oh
have
yeah,
no idea how hard Katy Perry went when I was like 6 years old.
the elementary school conversations
That
about
was
it.
like peak life right there. Like
That was the shark one,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, or they
Oh
had like
yeah,
the giant shark and like the dragon or whatever. I don't even remember, but that was peak right
it was
there.
a great one. That was peak halftime
Yeah.
show. Can you know if they can repeat shows? Like, say they bring out Katy Perry
I'll
again.
scroll down the list here. I have it pulled up on my phone. I don't see any repeats. Uh,
All I know is you can bring out features. Like Bruno Mars has been on it multiple times. Kendrick was on it in 2022, and now he gets his own
yeah.
show. So I don't know. Maybe no. I don't think SZA's. I don't think a SZA halftime show would be appealing to both
Oh,
worlds
last time
there.
the Super Bowl, or not last time, 2 times ago I was in New Orleans. You know who did the halftime show?
Who was
You
it?
too, baby.
Oh, you too.
That must be
Bring
electric.
you two back. Yeah, you saw you two live in Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
that was pretty cool. Well, it wasn't
Yeah,
like
bring him right
it
back.
wasn't a concert. It was just like the video, but in the sphere. But they made it look like there was people on the stage. It was pretty cool.
Wait, they weren't actually
No,
there.
you didn't know that.
Oh, I thought they were.
It was just a video, but the way the screen was set up, it looked like they were there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that video
Yeah,
you sent. So that's how they
yeah.
do it. I thought they actually played
No,
there.
I think they did. I think they did once, and then they just like you can't. I think they show that like every week. I don't think you're gonna be doing a concert in the Sphere every week. I know the Eagles was a live performance though, because I was also there for that. I didn't go to that unfortunately, but I should have.
Yeah, the Eagles and U2 halftime show turned back the
Oh yeah,
tide.
baby.
Any more, any more thoughts on halftime before we move on?
I think this ramble went on a little too long.
Yeah, for sure. So that's pretty much all our Super Bowl talk there in halftime. So we're going to talk about the off season here. It is the 6 month period where there's nothing to look forward to except for hockey. Quinn Hughes and the Canucks, baby. Who cares about basketball? Everyone cares about hockey
Let's
here.
go.
But off season, we're gonna trim it down instead of 2 episodes a week because there's not gonna be too much content to talk about going forward. We'll have longer episodes like free agency. We're gonna do one episode every week on Wednesdays. Just like I said, not enough to talk about. We're going to hear about arrests, everything. we'll get some guests on here. We already got one planned, a couple college players. Hopefully, well, Jameis Winston, if you're watching this, we'd love to have you on the show. Anything you got to add to that with those faces
I
you're
was
doing
spamming
over there?
emojis, my bad right there. Now, so yeah, over the off season, we're doing something fun on Thursday, viewer hotline. We've been talking about it for a while now. We're finally getting it done. And off season we got some fun stuff played like trivia, Jeopardy, some you'll see. It'll be entertaining. We've got stuff planned for the dog days of summer when the only thing on is
Oh
a
yeah,
Detroit Tigers versus Pittsburgh Pirates baseball game starting at 2 p.m. that no one is tuning into as it's like
but Paul Skeens is not on the bump.
2-0 going into the bottom of the eighth. Like, so we'll be there for you guys every, what do we say, Wednesday?
Yeah, every
All
Wednesday.
right. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll get some athletes on
guest
here. We'll see.
speakers.
Test our guest speakers. Yeah. If anyone wants to come on, comment down below. We'll take anyone we can get, especially for that July period, where, as you said, Detroit Tigers versus Pittsburgh Pirates with not Paul Skeens on the bump. So you got anything else to add to that?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching episode 16 of Gridiron Across the U.S. We will see you on Thursday for the viewer hotline. And then, we're going to take a week off to kind of let the offseason settle down. Then we'll be back with a bigger episode on Wednesday and get into the swing of the offseason. Thank you guys for watching.